What's up, everybody?
Hi.
I got a bright light right here. Look, I'm gonna turn this thing off.
You touch that before I mess up like I did the other week.
Hope we don't lose nothing. Oh man, I'm trying to see.
We're good.
Brian's red line garage. Oh yeah, well he just commented, didn't he?
Yeah.
Talking about 7. Let's get it going. James Kelly, Charlie, Albert, Gunner, Donald, Charlie, Lake and Lodge, Paul Wash. The typical. I don't see Alan. Alan sent me some Cracker Jacks. These are the Cracker Jills. And yes, they do have nuts. I actually made a TikTok about that, and they banned me because I said that the Cracker Jills has nuts. Hopefully they don't ban this, because I'm eating them. Oh.
How's everybody been? Sorry we missed you guys last week. We had to take care of some things around the property.
Aaron's a sticker fanatic.
And their stickers are just as lame as they are.
Yeah, the toys ain't no good in them no more.
That's not a toy, it's a lame paper sticker. I'm a sticker snob, sorry.
Then again, the toys might have been lame back when I was a kid. And
No, you got them little plastic parachute men that you could launch, man. The candy's always been horrible to me.
But no, Alan sent me 2 bags of these. This is the second bag. And then he sent me some of the Cracker Jacks, and they're actually bigger bags. And he sent me a bunch of stickers. Erin's done deboed them.
Yep, they were all great stickers.
She went through all of them. I have some. The camera's kind of high. I just got it sitting on the car.
Here. There's your dad, Uncle Wes, Will Gregory. Has a picture of you have a Roddy? Oh my goodness. We need to know what the name is and how old the baby is. Dale Cole, Mr. Nolasco. There's Alan McCarthy right there. Welcome everybody.
He had jokes. And actually
thank you for the stickers. Where is Gobi?
Albert came and visited, hung out, brought us barbecue. I think we finally finished it off yesterday. What was left.
We all eat kind of sparingly.
Yeah. So we've had barbecue for a week now. It was great hanging out with him. He's seen the shop. We talked about Camaros and talked about Camaros and talked about Camaros.
He got to meet my mom.
Yeah, so we got the hats. I don't think we had them.
We did not. This is their debut. I'll bring one of each over there.
Well, I'm just gonna come over there with the camera.
All right, you just come over here.
And you can
just come over here.
So they are for sale, and Erin will autograph them.
I will.
She's the brains of this operation. Sorry y'all hear my wrapper going. Why don't you just lay them in the box and pull one out at a time?
So, because this is how I'm doing it. Okay, so this is the red and white, red front, white mesh back. These are Richardson, by the way. Very nice hats. Black front, black back.
It's one I'm wearing.
Dark gray front, red back. One of my favorites. This one's one of my favorites too. Navy stitching on a gray front, gray back with a navy bill. This is kind of like a dressy one. It's a kind of a, I wouldn't say denim, but it's a light heather gray with a light gray back. Really nice. Red front, black stitching, black back. Then we got a couple of neons. So we got neon blue stitching.
The blue looks dark blue on here, but it's not really that. It's like a baby blue. I don't know if it looks that blue, but through my camera, it looks blue.
It's neon. Then we have the neon green. Dennis would like this one.
Yeah,
with the
I gotta
green
send
back.
him one. I have him one set aside.
Then another one I like is that gray again, but it's got red stitching and a red back. So those are the multiple options that we have. Wow, pretty. 25 a piece, guys. Buy them up.
One size fits all, unless you got a waterhead like my dad.
I did try to get a few in a XL, but they don't keep them in stock, and we were not willing to wait. So we got them all in a one size fits all. They didn't keep them in smalls, and they didn't keep them in super extra large. They kept them in one size, so that's what we got.
I'm gonna put these down. So, how's everybody been? I'm looking at the clock because we're working, as Albert says. When he got here, he was hollering about come and eat, and I told him we had work to do. Since he's always hollering at me about work, when he showed up, I was hollering to him about work. I can't see what's going on with the
Mr.
chat.
Fireman's here. Will said that was his buddy Rommel, his puppy. Rudy came on board. Let's see. Are they all mesh back? Yes, Gunner, they are all mesh back. How do we order? You can email me right here. Ooh. Boop, boop, boop. Email Aaron at theinstallationcenter.com. You can message us on Facebook. If you have our personal emails or phone numbers, you can text us, message us. We'll figure it out. We'll get it going. Call the office. However you can get in touch with us.
And we do have the Plymouth and the Ford shirts.
Yes.
I know you guys want the Mustang. Yeah, y'all want the Mustang. The Camaros. So I'm not wearing one tonight. I've got an old one on this Holy, the Laura Levine. If you're tuning in and you're new, go check out these other channels of the people that are commenting. Lake and Lodge, Gunner, Mr. Fireman, Go-Go. I ain't seen Go-Go on there. I'm looking to see if there's anybody else, because I can't remember everybody, so I'm looking down through there.
Oh, and Brian's Redline Garage is Mr. Peebles. We got some of your parts in today.
So, yeah, go check out theirs. Like, share, and subscribe their channels. Do the same thing here. It helps us build a bigger community of like-minded individuals. I don't know if anybody checked out my video, the Life at 520. Basically it was uncut, kind of live, but uncut. At the beginning I actually about failed going down the hill, and Aaron was just in there watching it with a buddy of ours, and I slipped and they started laughing, and I was like, yeah, I don't cut nothing out. Back a year ago I would have stopped and started back over. I'd have scrapped the whole idea. So now I just kind of pretend like I'm live the whole time, and I just roll with it.
Hey, Miss Pat, welcome.
So actually tonight is Popeye.
Pepe.
So if you find Popeye,
he's hiding.
You'll get your choice of a hat or a shirt or an installation shirt or a DVD, whatever. Like I say, my hats, my Ford and Plymouth shirt, or the the Installation Center hoodie, shirts we have, whatever you want. I've got some H&H shirts, and I've got some H&H hats.
Still got a couple of Vans hats and some Vans canvas bags. So we got a little bit of swag to go through. So it's kind of winner's choice this week.
Yeah, so.
Now for the guys that are gonna call in or email in or whatever, if you're purchasing some, just to let you know, the Installation Center merchandise helps the shop directly. The aMAYSing Metalworks stuff helps Juby and the YouTube directly.
Us. Aaron actually sat and watched me when we did the build on the little fairy tale cabin. we haven't quite decided. I think we're going a different route. We're not sure yet. We're still building a cabin, but we're talking about going a different route with it.
Always up for change.
So Erin hung out with me the whole time on that. She didn't want to hold the camera because she wanted to work, and she was the concrete guy. So
that's all I knew how to do.
she dug some holes. She helped out. I don't even remember where I was going with it all. But we went inside because I said I was going to upload the video and edit it all that night. That way it got done, because a lot of times when I shoot a video, it goes home, it gets put on the computer, and then it gets forgot about. I've got tons of videos at home of all kind of stuff, and I just ain't got time to go through it all. I ain't got time to edit it. So now I'm trying to just edit it as I go. So we sat in there and Erin was like, oh, looks simple and this is easy. And she's like, I don't know why you complain. Not really, but
no, I was very nervous that I was like, I'm an old dog. I don't want to learn new tricks. I would hate this. I don't want anything to do with it. But when I sat down with him and watched him kind of mess around with it, I was like, this doesn't look so bad. I might actually enjoy this. And I know he does not want to sit in front of that computer for hours on end. And it is very time consuming, as anybody who's edited a video will confirm that it is time consuming. But I don't mind sitting in front of a computer if the technology will let me do what I want to do to it, and it seems malleable enough that I would enjoy editing the video, so I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah, I can't sit there because to make I was planning on 30 minutes. 45 wasn't bad, but I sat there for hours. I don't know how long.
We were there for 2.5 hours.
Yeah, 2.5 hours to make a 45-minute video out of 11 total shots. So 11 shots, 2.5 hours for 45 minutes. It's horrible. So we're gonna go over here. I'll let Erin get some more, get the camera. She can look at some of the questions going up, and I'll start working on this. I'm gonna put this door on. We're gonna try and get the quarter panel up, which actually, yeah, there's some tape on here, and I gotta do some chiseling.
We do not have any more of these shirts that he is currently wearing.
Yeah, we don't have this. I actually have one that I was gonna put in a case. It's like a 3X.
Yeah, it's a shadow box memorabilia type situation.
Yeah, because it's the only one I had. I had a medium saved for a shadow box, and I ended up giving it to somebody because I was like, well, I can still make a shadow box with the other. So this is just the memory of my dad's car.
Sandy John, what's up?
Sandy John's mad at us right now. We don't have no cars for him.
We have 3, well, 2 to cut down.
We got 3 to cut down.
But 1 doesn't need blast.
Oh.
Right?
I don't know.
I don't know. I know we have 2 that need blast.
But
we got to cut them down. We'll get there.
This is going to get loud for a minute. Somebody had said something about you with the camera, about they wished you could get in on the angles.
But that's very loud, and I'm not gonna ruin people's eardrums.
Uh-oh. So this was plug welded on because somebody replaced a quarter. So it wants to tear it. So I'm just cutting on both sides of it, and then I'm going to grind it.
Warning, I'm coming in for the close-up, but it's going to be loud.
have to grind that. So basically, that's what I do. I just use it's a flat. I keep it on that angle. And you always want to put this flat side on the part that you want to save and use this to peel off. And I always go, when I go up and I find it stop, then I turn and I cut it off, and then I come back up and I cut in and cut off. Then I leave those and I come back with my grinder and I can hit them. It's usually a lot better when it's a spot weld. But when they had work done back in the day, they just welded it on there, plug welded it, and it's hard to get to. So throwing that. I think it was Albert that said it. He said all my videos, he has everything up into a certain view, but he said that he wished some of the videos had a little bit more of where you're actually working, like doing stuff, so. Get the this, and then might put a little light on it. That's why I had it going at the beginning, because we're working in the Stone Age around here.
I do not have the artwork to any of the shirts. We are we work with a company and they keep all the artwork on file there.
Which they might give it to us because we paid for it, but I don't know. That thing ate it all up. I got to grind in that.
Question for Juby from Lake and Lodge. When you do the initial lineup for the door, how do you set the in and out distance at the top of the door on the front above the hinge?
Let me see. I don't really set it. I just look at what I generally have ran into. I mean, the top of the door.
Say that again. You were talking to the ground.
The top of the door is going to be determined by how your front end's put together. When your front end goes together, that's going to determine where it sits. I just set it where I can't explain. I have to show you when it goes up on there, but it's just a little bit of a gap, and I usually set it to my quarter panel. When I put the quarter panel on and I profile the door to the quarter panel, I profile it. I roll the door till it profiles with the quarter panel, and then when the front end's installed, you shim the front end to where it matches the door to the front of the car. So, but if it's way out, and then I then obviously there's something wrong. But usually the door is this one here. You can see it could roll out just a little bit as far as profiling with it. It's a little behind, so the door could roll out a little bit. But this right here is there's usually about 3/8 of an inch in there from the inside part, and then this point right here usually falls right in line with this. So it's pretty close. But like I said, when you set your door and you get the door profiling with the quarter panel, then all the front, you're gonna profile all this with shims off of this bolt in here to get it to match your door. So as long as your door is matching back there, then you should be good, unless there's something completely wrong with it. Hopefully, when I build the full build, we actually got the side structures in today, because this might be the last weekend, the last Tech Talk Tuesday that I am on this car, because this is a customer's car, and as soon as I finish that CUDA over there, I will be working on this one during the week. Now, it might end up at a point where I will do some work on it, but I'm trying to get the parts in for the full build, and when I do that one again, I'm going to do the whole full build. The car will be for sale, but I am not letting it leave until we finish using it for YouTube. The last one I did, the customer said that they wasn't in a hurry for it, and I told them I was using it for YouTube, and they agreed on it. But then I kind of felt like I needed to get it done, because they were asking about it. They wasn't pushing, wasn't rushing, but I kind of felt like I needed to get it done and get it out of here and get it to them. So I ended up doing it. But the next one ain't. If somebody buys it, they are going to know that it could be a year out before they get the car. But I'm going to probably do all the front sheet metal on it as well. The hood, front fenders.
We may do glass.
Might do glass. Might do headlight bucket stuff. All that. I don't know yet. But I do know it will be the complete car, and probably the whole front end with the new subframe and all. So. That was a big glob of weld. I guess somebody drilled a hole and missed, and then they plug welded and had a big spot there.
Hey, Trellis.
Glad to get my. It's too much grinding.
Another question: is there a best way to install frame rails without a jig?
I doubt it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't put frame rails in without a jig, because I mean, it can be done, and they generally lay in the right spot. If I was to do it, I would make sure that I hammered the end of the frame rail where it goes into the where the frame rail sits against the main floor. I would definitely hammer that edge back square. If you go look at my floor build video, you'll see that demonstrated. But I would hammer that back as far as I could so I could get it pulled up as tight as I can against the main floor, and then you can generally tell that the outside of the frame rail lands right on the outside of the seat, the trunk floor, the brace right here, The floor usually lands pretty close to flush. I usually try to center the frame rail up, which this one's shifted over, but that's because it was cut loose. I'll hook a strap to it and I'll pull it over that way. And when I pull it over, I'll get it centered on this pad. This pad ain't but like this wide. I'll get that frame rail centered on it, and then I'll screw it and I'll plug weld that to it. And then the back, I would get a measurement and try to meet that measurement, and it's usually pretty close to landing in line with this. So I would use that, but I don't really think that it would, if you had it out in any direction, when I put the front in and I hammer that piece back and get it pulled against the floor, I would make sure I put the leaf spring buckets in there to locate it, to locate the front part, and then the back I would just, you know, try and make sure I get some measurements and set it, and it's generally going to run along this, the edge of the floor. It can't go over anymore, and it usually sits right up against it. So I think you would be safe just putting frame rails in, as long as you kept them tucked tight, because the only spot I would worry about is your tail panel piece not fitting up against it. If you got too much out, which you can always cut or hammer the back side of this to get it to go in more. And like with it being a leaf spring setup, if they're out or anything like that, I don't think that it's gonna affect the back end of the car too much, because leaf spring's gonna hang and they're gonna be movable anyway. So I don't really think that it would affect if you were off, and I don't see, there's really no way that you could get seriously off putting the frame rails in, as long as you kept it against the floor as tight as it would go. So now if you were trying to do a 4-link setup and all that stuff, well, frame rails really don't have nothing to do with that either. I don't think you would have I don't think there would be that big of an issue if they were out. And like I say, they're pretty close. If you look at my full build car when I started it and I did the floor build, if you look at it, you can see how close it is. Or if your car still has the frame rails in it, look at how close they are, and take pictures to go back and look at to see how much distance there is in between it, and try to keep it close. I don't think that if it was a 8 or 3/16 out side to side, that it's really going to affect anything. There ain't really nothing that comes to play. If you have the mount that goes, the 67 don't have it, but there's a mount on 68 and 69 that holds the bump stop. I would put the bolts in it, because they locate onto this, and onto your frame rail. That would kind of help you locate it if it's a 68, 69 car. But other than that, I don't really see it causing too many problems, as long as you get the measurement from the bolt to the pinhole here. Should be good. Maybe that answered your question. I hope. Oh, that's gone now. I didn't want to grind forever. So what I'm cutting is, they welded the quarter panel. They welded the quarter panel along the bottom here when they replaced it. Instead of coming on the inside and plug welding down through the flange from inside the car like we do, they welded it out here, and there's buildup, and I want to have my quarter panel sit down. Even though it's not that big of a deal right at this moment because I'm just trying to fit the quarter panel. Want to see if my door gap is within tolerance to be able to just take the wheelhouses out, weld my trunk floor in now, and then I can throw everything back together. Like I said, with this car, it kept the rear frame rails, it kept the main floor. I put a trunk floor in. I've never done it, and this is how I located it. I pulled measurements, which were on the first video of this build, the measurement to the back, and it's pretty much working out. That other quarter panel went on great. The gap at the back looks like what I usually see, so we're rolling with it.
Mr. Gregory says he is new to the party, but wanted to know if we had gone over jig design because he's likely going to give it a try and we'll have to build one. And people have commented and told him that we've gone over it and gone over it and gone over it, but it's still a secret.
If you email me, I'll help you out. We'll put it that way. If you send me an email or send Aaron an email, I'll help you out with that. Now the full build that I'm doing that will be for sale, it's going to be a 69 titled car. I am also doing it on the channel. We're going to start from the beginning. We're going to start from the floor and work our way up, and I'm also going to be photographing it and taking photos and measurements for my book to put out my book. And the book will be talking about the jig and possibly have the schematics, which I've already had drawn up by somebody on the YouTube channel. They did an awesome job. They did a blueprinted like 3D model of it, the jig, all the measurements, all the parts. So
it was on like AutoCAD or
it's
something.
On, yeah.
It's really cool.
He does that for a living, and he promised that it would stay with him until the book came out, and he said, so he helped me. That was his part of contributing to help me do the book. I've also had a few people donate money. I have my PayPal, my Venmo, and my Cash App in the description if you want to donate to the channel to help out on anything.
Contribute to our madness.
Because I don't get paid. Hopefully there's no advertisements, because I took the monetization off of my channel because I feel like if I'm going to make any money from it, it will be a blessing from you guys or from someone. I know everything comes, all my blessings come from God, but if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, God will see that that He makes a way for me to do this.
The cost is covered.
Yeah.
Kind of.
God gives me the talents. He gave them to me, or He loaned them to me, and it's up to me to do what's right with my talents and my knowledge. And it's only right that if it was given to me by Him, it's only right that I give it to you guys. So that's why I do this.
But that's why we haven't given out the book on the internet, because, you know, tithing's only 10%, right?
Oh, you trying to say that this is our 10%? But no, God give it to me, and I love God, and I want to do right by Him. He blessed me, and all the glory to my channel is to God. This is why I do this. It's for God and God alone. I love you guys. I love all of you. I know people say that sometimes, and not enough people tell other people that they love them. I truly
make it weird, y'all. Say I love you a lot.
I'd say I'm a hugging type. If I meet you, I'm gonna hug you. I love you. That's just me.
Don Mann said, "Are we right above Alpharetta?" And you know I can't picture anything.
Yeah, we're.
Are we north?
You know, we're
east
northeast
of Alpharetta.
Of Alpharetta.
Okay, Don, we're northeast of Alpharetta.
So, and like I say, if you want to donate, you can go there. We've already had somebody donate to go towards the book. And Aaron keeps up with it, so if you donate and we do the book, we hopefully will be able to give you a copy. You know, whatever the money goes to, it's going to help out with getting the book. I've never published one. I know it's probably expensive, but anyways, enough talk about that. We'll continue on with this.
Patrick Jackson, thank you guys for all these questions. We like that. It's Tech Talk Tuesday for sure. Or do we have any plans to make a jig for a square body Chevy anytime soon?
I actually have a square body, or no, not a square body. I have a, what year is it?
It's just a...
I don't know what kind you would call it.
It's not an OBS and it's not a square body. It's the
round-sided one.
Is it a 69? Is it the...
I think it might be 70s.
Huh. But yeah, we have C10s in the ideas.
Yeah, I do have the C10 coming up. I'm going to build a jig for it. I actually have the cab back there. I think it's a 70s model. It's the round side, smooth one. I don't know. I ain't a C10 guy.
We're all learning. Like Brian is the one that asked the question about the frame rails, and he said, yeah, that did answer his question. It's going on a 68 Firebird. And your dad said, gotta love them Firebirds. And Lake and Lodge said, respect the bird.
I have a Firebird too, and I was going to build the Firebird. It was going to be the full build of the Firebird to make the Camaro book. And Uncle Wes Perry on here, told me you can't use a Firebird to make a Camaro book. Everybody's going to get on to you. So Uncle Wes is the one that gave me the 69 Camaro that we will be building on the channel. So
Uncle Wes!
Wes has been a huge blessing to me, and I know he'll say the same thing, that I've been a blessing to him. God put us all together for a reason.
That's right. Y'all are all blessings to us. Like that, y'all really make us smile. We love a Tuesday. And I'm gonna do a quick Popeye because he has been located.
Uh-oh.
Look.
Albert.
Been hanging out. It was not Albert. It was Gunner and Tony. Boom, boom, back to back. So they both win.
Uh-oh.
I mean, they had to have typed it at the same time.
Oh man, I can't afford to give everybody that. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, and that's what I say about the
Yes, Rudy, we do sell the medallion primer.
That's what I say about the
Oh, and then James Kelly got it third, so y'all message me.
And that's also what, when you support the channel by the PayPal, Venmo,
yeah,
Cash
it covers
App,
the shipping,
it helps
and the
cover
swag.
this for us to be able to give stuff away too, because these hats were like $1,500, and Aaron's dad is the one that bought the hats, and his deal was to get 2 hats for him and 2 hats for her mom. And you know, he passed away, so he didn't get his hat. So these are kind of the in memory of him. So
yeah.
And hopefully we'll have his car up here, and we'll do some video on it, and maybe fire it up, and we might even take it to the track. We're gonna try and at least run it one more time.
Yeah. Do y'all think I should race my dad's car?
It's a 68 Camaro with a 555, the triple nickel, 555 big block on super gas, and it runs, he says it'll run 8 1/4 miles, but he usually bracket races in the 9s.
Yeah, he bracket races 9.9s, but I have physically been there and watched it do 8 1/4. Bob, they did have a what do you call it? They had it set up where we could only buy 3 cans of primer per week. So we were being kind of stingy with it, but they have since lifted that, so we're not hurting for the primer anymore. So I will let a can go here or there. I can't sell it by the case by any means, but a can here or there is fine.
Yeah, if y'all can tell, I'm struggling.
I want to race. Ever since Sandy John got us to the dirt track, I've just been itching. And I think the best way to honor my dad would be to run his car.
I might have got it this time.
Gunner says if I only do it once, I'll never regret missing the chance. Gunner said he wants the spot welder as his prize.
Oh yeah? Awesome. That reminds me, I need to go get the other spot welder because Uncle Wes is coming.
Where's the other spot welder?
Down at AMD.
Oh, smack.
The older one.
Oh, okay. I thought we did, yeah. Well, I'm going. Well, when's he coming?
He's coming Thursday.
Well, we can go get it tomorrow.
I don't think he's ready for it yet.
Well, I can go grab it tomorrow. Uncle Wes, do you need me to go get it tomorrow? I'll be in that neck of the woods. I can load it up for sure. I don't have anything big to pick up, so it'll fit.
I don't know if you can get it in there though by yourself.
I can get Walt. There's boys there. Somebody will help me.
Okay.
Hey, Ty.
Huh?
Ty joined.
So, typical.
I do have a lead foot, Uncle Wes. I know how to drive real nice.
If you need it, we'll get it, or if you want to wait, it ain't no big deal. All right, so I know there's some new people here, and I'll show y'all guys again how I do the door. And this don't always work on every car because this stuff was put together by the factory. Their door might have been a little shorter stamping, their quarter might have been, but I usually like to center my door hinges. That way I know what I'm working with. So the way I center it, this edge should be with the edge of that, but I don't go by that. I center it first and then I look at that and see what they had going on. This door is an aftermarket door, so it could be off. Everything else is factory. So what I do is I get it lifted up to where I feel like my gap is fine at the bottom, and I usually just tighten one bolt and I kind of snug it, not really tight, but enough to keep it in line and against it. And I take and I let the door fall all the way back, and then I come in here with my scribe from Scott. I'm using it. Boy, that thing's shiny. So this is a Midwest scribe. Somebody asked me about what kind it was, and I sent them a picture, and I think they did ordered themselves one. So what I do is I scribe it with all the way down. You want to make sure that it's all the way down and not sitting on this, because it can fool you. You want to make sure that you're truly all the way down. And then I run it all the way up and I scribe it. Then I let it fall back, and then I look and I kind of just eyeball it, and I put me a mark in the center. So you can see I got my back scribe line, my front scribe line. I don't know if you can see.
I'm scared that the light's gonna shadow see. Yeah, I can't.
So my back scribe line, my front scribe line, and then my center guess. So I'm just gonna run it up to that center one, and I'm gonna lock down the top. Now I'm gonna take and undo the bottom one, which it seems like, there it goes. One of them was keeping it from shifting. So all the way down, scribe it, And I pull it all the way back, scribe it, then I mark the center. Like I say, this is just eyeballing, this is guessing. And then I go to the center. And I lock it down. Now, it should be level with the rocker if the factory did it right. And it's not. It's high, way high.
Ooh, very high.
And I can tell right here that my front end needs to come up because this gap is not where it should be. So I'm gonna lift it again. And I'm gonna lock it. Now another thing that could be happening is these hinges haven't been rebuilt yet. Whenever you do this, you want to make sure that you rebuild your hinges. I need some longer bolts.
Scott Singleton just joined. He said he's late, but he had a good excuse. He was working on his jig.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with this. I need some longer bolts. So it's horribly high.
Everybody's saying if I run that Camaro, I better video it. If I run that Camaro, there's going to be 5 different angles of video.
Well,
Y'all, he's struggling with something.
yeah, it's called factory.
Factory.
I'm just double checking it because it seems like something is way off. And like I say, this is all factory, so it's nothing
Installed here incorrectly.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna go back to center, and I'm high as I can go.
None of the plates are stripped?
No.
No. No stripped.
The bolts ain't long enough to go all the way through the bottom hinge for one. But the thing I'm having an issue with is just the gap. Real tight and super high in the back. And I don't know what's up with it besides door. They brought this door with these hinges on there. The bottom's flushing out, and I mean there's plenty of adjustment. But
these hinges were supplied by the customer. Guys, go like the video.
So I'm gonna go with it right there.
Lake and Lodge. Lake and Lodge said it must have been a Friday car.
That car, we did have one of those. But I think that I need to unloosen my hinges and shift my door up on the hinges as well. Usually when I put the hinges on a car, I usually set them with the hinges as far down at the bottom so it gives me the biggest gap, because it's a whole lot easier to loosen them and drop it down than it is to loosen and raise it.
Raising it.
It's kind of like that wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
But I'm gonna go with it right there.
Y'all go watch the fairy tale video and you'll understand where that wheelbarrow comes from.
Wheelbarrow. So I ain't gonna work on that no more. I will get the this and check the rocker height. Like I say, it's factory, so the rocker height should be level. This will tell me it's 12 inches, which is about where it should be. Oh yeah, that's it.
The rocker's wrong?
Yeah. So just to show you guys how bad they were, this rocker
From the factory.
we'll go back here where you know it's 12, because I already called the measurement out on this. This is factory floor, factory structure. It's sitting all the way on the frame rail. Everything's located. We're at 12 inches at the rocker, at the rear.
Perfect.
All right, look how much of a gap we got right there compared to up there. So with that much gap, what does that say? That says a 1/2 inch gap, and this up here's touching. So how much you want to bet that the front of the rocker is 12.5 inches?
Huh.
So that's a 1/2 inch difference from the front to the back on this car. And that's factory. There's nothing I can do about it. So the only thing I'm gonna be able to do is loosen the door, shift the door up as high as I can, and then I'm gonna have to drop it. And make it.
Yeah.
But everybody's like, oh, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be that. They don't have to be. I've seen them come in and they're horrible. Is it this one? Let me go check the other side, because I think it might be this one that is a 1/2 inch at the front or in the back, or it might have been the last car I did.
Do you ever have to cut the rockers? Alan McCarthy says his rocker goes past the door about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch.
Factory ones are
they aftermarket or factory rockers, Alan?
This one is 12.25 or 12.25, which is generally what it is off of my jig. Now it ain't gonna be 12.25 on yours unless you built it exactly like mine. 12.25 and then 12.25. So this side's right and the gap is good. The other side is a 1/2 inch difference from the front to the back on a factory car. The only thing we've done is quarter panels in this, and everything's sitting where it's supposed to be. So there's nothing I can do about it except adjust the door and put it together.
We'll make a note of it on the build sheet that is a factory issue.
Now,
Came from the factory that way. And without literally taking the entire car apart and replacing the rockers and potentially the floor and the firewall and everything that's connected to it.
but a thing is this car had the quarter panel on it. It could have been hit in this side,
Yeah.
and it could have moved this. I doubt it, because this rocker is the factory rocker, and the factory rocker has been sandblasted, and there's no dents or nothing in it. So nothing shifted this. I think that when they replaced the quarter panel, it was just a rusted quarter panel. I see no signs in the frame rails. I see no signs in the floor. None in this, none in the side structure. None of this is bent.
No impact.
So I wouldn't say it was wrecked. Frame rails look good. It's factory frame rails. This car was just built this way from the factory, and they let it go. It made it. It built a car, and it's been here since 1967.
Factory rockers, Alan says.
Factory rocker.
And both sides are about the same.
I've cut them before.
Hey, Mr. Pickett.
Or is it? That's what I mean by a car. If I could understand if it had an aftermarket door, not so much if it had a factory door. But the cars, the doors, when they stamp them, when they do the parts, all the parts don't come out perfectly the same. The car is built with what parts they grab at that time, and that determines the whole build all the way down the line. So a door from one car is going to fit different on another car. That's why when a customer brings the car to us, I like for them to send me everything that is going to be on the car. Don't send me a deck lid and say, here, build it with this deck lid, I'm going to buy a new one. Or build it with this deck lid, I'm going to find another one. And then call me back in a few months later and say, hey, my deck lid ain't fitting. And you send me a picture and it's got a totally different deck lid in it, or a totally different door. I'm going to tell you that that's your fault. I build the car with what part it's giving. I set everything for that part. If you change it, it's going to change the whole thing. It's going to change your gaps. You're just going to have to work with it. Cars get gapped all the time. You can fit anything in any of these holes as long as everything's square. We'll throw this quarter panel on and see if it's going to
kind of the same logic with body filler, right? Every panel, new or salvaged original, when it leaves here, it will need body filler.
Yeah, and that don't mean it's going to take a ton. It's going to have to get wiped. All of them. The panels are not perfect. They do not come perfect. They're good.
Yeah.
But it's going to have to get wiped.
It's not going to leave here ready to spray, is all we're saying.
Yeah. Some people get them, they come pick up a car and they think it's ready to go to the paint shop. It don't happen that way. I wish it did.
Boy, if we could get it perfected like that, these panels would be much more expensive. Look at that. Throwing it from the hobo trail again, huh?
All right. Quarter panels up. The main thing I wanted to look at was this back here, but I'm going to check the gap because it looks like my quarter could shift back a little. We'll see what the door says. Door says it needs to go forward. I'm a little forward on the door, so I'll move it back till it meets the rocker, and then we'll see what we have. But the back is
We're under 40% battery and at the 1 hour mark.
yeah, we're about to wrap it up. So still low on the rocker, but I might have to fool with this. I can tell this car is going to be a fight. So my quarter panel needs to shift forward at the top, which will if I hammer that back, it's pretty close, and I do know that the back has to come back. It's tight at the bottom, but I can tell it needs to come back because I'm ahead of my rocker. So I need to shift the bottom back, and I'll probably try a different door since this is an aftermarket door. I got another 67. I'll try a different door, but the main thing I wanted to look at was the tail panel. By my hammer, my Martha Stewart, and I'll bring some light back there because that's where we're working. What I was going for was trying to get quarter panels on there to make sure that they meet out, and they'll come around to where they need to go and nothing's in the way. This one, it ain't wanting to come around, so it possibly means that my floor needs to shift forward some. So I don't think it's my floor. I think it's this edge, because I can look down the edge here. Go find my straight edge. We got to run Walmart too, don't we? So Aaron's rushing me. No, I'm just playing. No. So I have had to, used to when we were building the floors, the floor was back, and I told the story about me coming and moving the floor forward because that's where it measured out for factory cars. And the old shop foreman, I told him that all these parts are not factory, so there's a chance that there's an anomaly, if that's the right word, in the parts. So I came in and said that we needed to move the floor forward a little bit, and moving the floor forward would help this, and we ended up moving it. But used to, I had to cut a pie in the corner in here and move that in so that this would wrap around. But looking at this one, it looks like it drifts off. This one over here looks like it goes the right way in. So putting a straight edge on it, it's curved in. There's a little bit of a gap with this laying on the straight edge. Now on this side, I put the straight edge there. It's sticking out past it. There ain't no gap. So I'm gonna hammer this with my hammer and get it in to where it meets kind of this. So I think that my problem is in this itself. If it's not, then I will probably be moving my floor forward. But this is why I wanted to do this, was to check my floor, put my tail panel in, make sure everything was gonna work before I weld this, because if I have to move this thing forward, I wouldn't be able to do it if I had welded the floor already before I tried and put everything. I know it's hard and a lot of work to throw everything together and make sure it's gonna work and then have to tear all of it back apart. But when you put things together and you get it all working, put screws. Try not to put a bunch of screws. Use clamps until you get everything fitted. Once you get it all fitted, then come back and put a screw in certain locations. That way, when you go to put it back together, you make sure that all those holes are lined up and the screws go back in it, and the car should fall back into place. So I'm gonna work on that. It might still be here next Tuesday, but it's at the hour mark, a little over the hour. So I'm not sure if Aaron wants to put the camera down and we say goodbye.
Quickly, we'll say night-night.
I always hit the wrong way. So we gotta lock up the shop and end up going to Walmart because we're supposed to pick up some more chickens for Life at 520. We actually thought about starting another YouTube channel called Life at 520, and it'll be about the house and the cabin and what we do in our free time. Or we might just continue to run it on this. You guys let me know, or we might post them on both. Who knows? But anyways, it's past the hour mark, and we've been trying to keep it at an hour. We've been trying to get straight to work. Love you guys. Thanks for
share, subscribe.
Thanks for all your support. God bless you all. Pray for our government and pray for Israel and everybody involved over there. It's a dirty world out there, and we need love and caring. We need Jesus. Love you guys, and we'll holler at y'all next time. Be sure that whoever Aaron said that seen Popeye to email her and let her know what you need.
Anthony Nolasco and James Kelly, because Gunner gave his to the 3rd place winner.
Oh, so, okay. So, there we go. Message Erin with what you would like. Maybe she can get you some pictures and you can choose. Love you guys. God bless you all. And we'll see y'all again next Tuesday.
Have a blessed night. Thank you. Love you, mean it.